everyone, my name is Fabrice. I work at Odoo. Odoo is a suite of integrated business applications that has a very large functional scope, like CRM, sales management, purchase, HR, warehouse management, manufacturing. You name it. If you can name it, there is a module for it. But recently we released Odoo CMS and e-commerce, and that's what I'm going to demo tonight. Buckle up. So this is Odoo when you start with a website. It's an empty website, and what's really cool is that you can edit everything in line like this. I can start typing whatever I want here. And I have a WYSIWYG editor in line, so I can modify things like that. And as soon as you save, it's published straight away online. But what's really cool is that you have building blocks. That's high-level objects and components that you can use. So you can just drag and drop components like this and change them, modify pictures like this. You can select videos, find local stuff on your desktop like this, and make some modifications like transforming, changing the style. I'm going to transform this. I really like this picture. I can modify it like that. And if I can find the handle, I even increase. Really cool. So it respects all the grid of the developer and that the designer has specified. So I can really modify whatever I want and modify a color and call it June promotion. We actually have one. So come see our team after the show. And I can insert blocks anywhere I want in the interface. So I can continue, and if I don't like something, in-like edition works everywhere. I can modify a background. I can, really easy. Something like this. And as you can see, I'm almost forced to do something beautiful because it really respects the grid and the color and the theme, font, backgrounds. I have several kinds of building blocks, like this one is a parallax, and because I can also change margins and make things look better like this, modify the customized aspects of this particular block, like a parallax like this. And you see that's very modern, just like in the latest website you will find. But building blocks are also like groups of elements that could be very tricky to create if you do it by yourself, like this comparison. And I can really modify whatever I want and add things like this, modify that, changing anything like this. And as soon as I save, everything is saved, it's published on my website. And it even works multi-language, so I could add a language, translate, and identify what's the master. If the master changes, I will retranslate. But we have also dynamic building blocks, and we can add something like a newsletter to be aware of the promotion. I can have several newsletters and choose the one I want. And again, as soon as I save, it's there. I can add pages like this and call it a SF New Tech page. It's going to be added to my menu, and I can, again, start adding blocks in there, or modifying my menu and modifying things like this. But it's not only a website builder like this. I actually have also features. So I can have a blog system. Here I have two examples. I have publication possibilities because I'm the administrator of the site. And I have customization options for each parts of my website. So here I have the options for the blog because I'm in the blog, but I could have the same for my job posts. And here I have my job post, and again, the edition button works everywhere. So if I modify this, it's going to be saved in the right field, in the right table in my database. And when I get there, it's going to appear. So everything is not only addition of regular text, but it's also smart because it's going to detect which field and which variables you're modifying. And of course, in a job post, you will have an application. So you can do something like this and apply. And once you submit, you'll have a thank you. That's going to end up in the back end of Odoo, and you will be able to manage these candidates. And finally, and most importantly, we have an e-commerce, full-featured e-commerce with customizations options if I want to add my product categories. and I can list it as a list view instead of grid. I can do that. Again, everything is modifiable inline. We have a cart, variants, checkout, guest checkout, logged in checkout. We can identify who's logged in as a visitor. And we also have, everything works in mobile, by the way. That's it.
Very nice. Okay, Tyler. Know you by name now.
I don't like that you know me by my name now. That's bad. Yeah, so looks great, brutally simple, love it. Why use it over Wix or Squarespace or Strikingly or?
Because it's integrated with your CRM, sales management, purchase, warehouse management, manufacturing, HR, project management, and there are 4,000 modules. So Wix has nothing, has no backend. You have a website, you have a front end, and that's it. Here, everything I would do in this website, after getting a job candidates, I can follow that in my HR system, in my recruitment management system in the backend, and it's gonna be recognized automatically. Same as for e-commerce. In fact, a lot of online merchants are struggling because they are using platforms that are just e-commerce, like Magento, PrestaShop, Shopify. All those platforms are great for e-commerce, but all they do is e-commerce. How about inventory control when you sell something? How about automatic procurement when you need to replenish your inventory because you just sold 5 items? There is nothing on the market that actually integrates an e-commerce with a backend.
Question. I think your UIs are great. Are you using HTML5 or what's the technology behind it?
For the e-commerce and website builder, we're using Bootstrap. We're using HTML5 and CSS3, and a couple of JavaScript libraries and jQuery.
For the big picture, can you give a little bit more about the Open ERP solution, which is on the back?
Yeah. So obviously, in 5 minutes, 3 years ago, I demoed like a full order-to-cash flow in Odoo. For the 5 minutes I had today, I decided to focus on the CMS, website builder, and e-commerce because we studied that recently, and it really allows us to have a breakthrough in a new audience that needs this kind of backend. But it's fairly large. If you want to talk about the backend, you will have all the regular ERP features you would expect, as well as things like point of sale that's integrated, CRM that's fully integrated. So it has built in a very generic manner in order to make sure that companies in every single industry or vertical will find a benefit in it.
Do you have any customers using your CMS website, or is there a live website you can show us?
Sure. Yeah, just one sec.
Greg, could we switch over the, yeah. Thank you.
So this website was created by a Portuguese customer, and that's entirely Odoo CMS and Website Builder. And so you can go through their activities and what they do, what they offer. I'm sorry? Yeah. I think it would work on desktop, but obviously, yeah. So it's a responsive design because it's using Bootstrap.
How do you make money?
So the our pricing model is it depends on the number of users and which apps you're using. It is $15 per user per app per month. So basically, what you saw tonight are 2 apps. There is the web one, and there is the e-commerce one that is separate. But it's basically, it means that you get the website builder and the e-commerce for $30 per user per month.
What languages do you support in terms of CMS? What kind of in what languages can Is it possible for a Chinese guy to make a Chinese website?
Yeah. So basically, for the translation mechanism, it works with any language because you translate, or you can activate a service that a Gengo. Gengo is a service that will trigger the fact that professional translators would translate your content and see the context of your content to make sure it's meaningful. The only thing we are working on is right to left, but we do everything that's left to right, so Chinese would work, no problem. All right, thank you very much.
Very nice.